Welcome everybody out there to episode 91. The countdown is on to number 100
Woo,
of
woo.
Sis and Big Pops culture. As always, I am Big Pops Todd Turner, Mosaic fan art. And I keep saying and as always. Anyway, live from Memphis, Tennessee,
Ayo,
my cohort in
co-host.
crime, although no crime is being committed,
Uh-uh.
because this is family friendly, is the one,
Indeed.
the only.
Hi, sweet friends. I am Hannah Joe, aka Sis, and together we are an adult daughter and father duo. We dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is family friendly.
I'm I
Boo-doo-doo.
I need to start drinking caffeine coffee. I got so sidetracked on that. I didn't know where I was. I was
I was
like,
waiting for you to
I
start singing with me, and you were somewhere else.
I was, yeah, family friendly. Is that what?
How long
Oh
has it
man.
been since you've had caffeinated coffee?
1 month, no, 1 year, 6 months, and 23 days.
Do you miss caffeinated coffee that much, or do you just know it?
No, but your mom and I are getting ready to go on this trip to a foreign
Oh,
land.
espresso.
And I sort of want to start introducing caffeine back into my diet so that
So that you can have an
I don't
espresso in
get to
Italy.
Italy and end up having to have because I don't even know what is it. It's not 911 over there, is it? I don't know what you'd have to
I don't
call.
know what you call. Well, if you say 911, they ain't gonna know what you're talking about
I
because
know.
that's
Well,
English.
anywho, yeah, I don't want to croak on a in a foreign country. That
And
would stink.
I would want to at least try an espresso, I think, in Italy.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to do this somehow.
LOL.
Anna, tell everybody what we do here on
Hi,
episode
friends.
91.
91. Okay, today we're going to start chatting about nerd news to us, stuff that we think is interesting and fun that's happening in the world. We're going to chat our what we've been binging, what we've been absorbing, taking in, if you will. Pops is going to share his pull list with us, and then we have three things that we're going to review today. We are going to discuss the 9-issue run Heroes in Crisis by DC. It came out in 2017 to 2018. No, 2018 to 2019.
I think so, yeah.
2018 and 2019. And we're going to rotten raspberry each other. For those of you sweet friends that don't have not hung with us before and don't know what that term is, we gonna spoil, ladies
Two
and
movies
gentlemen. We gonna spoil two movies today. We gonna spoil Inside Out 2 and
and
Twisters
Twisters.
with an
Both of them
S.
are at least twos.
Our twos. They're the seconds, if you
One
will.
twister or two twisters, multiple
Twisters,
twisters.
Inside Out 2.
That should
Um,
be a good fun. Twisters, twisters.
Twisters.
Never were there such devoted
That
twisters.
was it was okay. We'll get there. We'll rotten
Yeah.
raspberry when we get to
All
rotten
right.
raspberry. But
Okay.
first, we're gonna start with nerd news.
Yeah. Nerd news. Live from the news desk in Memphis, Tennessee, and Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
Boo 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 boo.
Shoo, shoo.
Hi, that's us. Okay, Dad.
What?
We know all of the hype that's surrounding Deadpool and Wolverine,
Oh, I know.
right? All
Yep.
of the hype. Can I
Yep.
tell you a piece of news about Deadpool and Wolverine?
Go ahead.
This is the greatest show is on the track list.
Greatest Showman.
This
Yes.
is the greatest show from the Greatest Showman.
Yes, I knew that they were putting something on it. And Oklahoma.
Oklahoma too?
Yeah, because that's where
Yes.
like Hugh Jackman got his start on Broadway in Australia. He was Curly in Oklahoma.
Mm. Old
Okay,
Judd is
O L
dead.
A. I can't even spell Oklahoma, so I don't even know why I'm attempting to say it.
Oklahoma, where the wind blows softly across the plains.
Yeah, I know that part. And there's a Surrey with the fringe
Surrey with
on
the fringe
top.
on top.
But the only reason I know that song is from what movie?
Um, um, um,
When Harry Met Sally.
yes.
That's the song they're doing on the karaoke machine when the
I
ex comes
thought you
by.
were trying to pull, I thought you were getting Hello Dolly and Wally confused. I
Oh
thought you were
no.
talking about
Nope.
Wally
Not getting that. I knew
and
that
Hello
one.
Dolly. I was like, oh no, Dad, that's wrong. But it
Well, that's
is.
okay. I can be wrong. Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, the greatest
100%.
showman. So
But
one of the shout out to Michaela at work showed me today this video of this person that made a cake of Wolverine, life size Wolverine and Deadpool. And it's that one where he's like, it sort of looked like he's holding him up like they were ice skating, but instead he's got his claws through him and Deadpool's got his
Oh
arms out.
no.
It's a cake. The whole thing, life size. Yeah. And then all I thought was, I wish I could make cooler videos about the crap I do with my stuff. I'd have 70 million clicks but I'm an old fart and I just don't do that.
You just get irritated when it doesn't happen as quickly as you think it should.
Flipping TikTok.
That's all I have to say about that.
All right.
Because you
Anyway,
could. It just takes time.
well, I saw where it's already made bukus of money and it ain't even out yet. So, or it is, but yeah.
I'm excited.
You
We
gonna go
have
see it?
tickets. Trevin and I have tickets Saturday at 7 in IMAX.
I'm not going to go see it for a while. I got a feeling, which is a bummer. You'll have to
Oh, I'm
keep
stoked.
because you ain't ratting raspberry in that one.
I will not
Ratting
rotten
raspberry,
raspberry.
rotten,
Rotten
yeah,
raspberry. I
yeah,
won't rotten raspberry you
yeah.
for I won't.
Okay, good. Um, Hannah, are you
Yes.
ready to take a trip to Bath and Body
For why?
to get your Stranger Things scented
No.
candles?
Absolutely not. I'm dead. That's hysterical. Stranger Things scented candles from Bath and Body Works.
Yes, yes. Hopper's Coffee, uh,
No.
Steve's Scoops,
Ice cream.
Eleven's Waffles,
Oh my god.
Argyle's Pineapple Pizza. So,
No.
if Sis and Big Pops were asked by Bath and Body to create our own scent,
Dad, I would say I don't like smells.
I know, but I would probably choose bacon, something with
Bacon.
bacon.
A
I don't
bacon.
know.
Who's gonna buy a bacon candle from Bath and
I
Body Works?
I don't know, but
Ain't
I mean,
nobody gonna buy a bacon candle.
from Bath and Body, I don't know. I don't know
That is his
what is something
scented
that we would be known
candles.
for, the pesto
A
candle.
raspberry candle,
Yeah, for rotten
but
raspberry.
just kind of, but like it's just a little gross.
That's nasty. Yeah.
I'm
I
just
thought you'd get a kick out
a
of that.
pesto. No, I think that's hysterical. A pesto can, but that's more of like a Turner family candle.
Yeah.
What would be a Sis and Big Pops
I don't know.
candle? I'm thinking
No
about it. I'm
clue.
thinking about it. I don't know. I think
I know.
raspberry would be funny.
Yeah, it would
I
be.
think this is what the HBO exec this is what the six HBO executives
Thinks
office
we smell
smells
like.
like.
Yes. That would be
Like
good.
that would be really funny. This is what their
Yeah.
office smells
It smells
like.
like. Ooh, that'd be gross.
Well, no,
That's
like
funny.
corporate, like it's just like a clean smell.
Oh, I got you. You
Yeah,
think it smells clean?
I hope
Probably,
so.
probably
I
smells
bet
like
they pay someone to clean it.
probably smells like rotten socks. I don't
I
know.
would not wish
Who
that on
knows?
anyone.
No, that'd be
That's
like some type of.
hysterical. I'm
Yeah,
dead. I wonder how that collaboration came about
I don't know. I don't
because
know.
it's not coming out until like 2025, 2026.
Well, and they're out now. Like
That's what I'm saying. That's so funny.
the
And
sale's probably over because
it's
I
not even
think
close to Halloween yet.
I know, I know.
Unless they're doing like a Summerween.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you know what that's
Well,
from?
no, I have no clue.
Summerween is from Gravity Falls.
Oh,
And they
gotcha.
loved Halloween so much they did it in the summertime.
Which is funny because I watched you and CJ again today.
Did you?
Listen to
I
that. Yeah,
look at me now.
I know it.
Had
By
it
the way,
up.
guys, Hannah was a guest on Next
Oh
Gen
yeah, I
Nerds
was.
podcast
It's fun.
where they talked about Gravity Falls. Check them out. CJ is a good guy.
He is. He's
I
cool.
should have said this when we mentioned the Deadpool thing. Uh, Marvel planted fake leaks on the interweb dealing with cameos in the movie. So,
My mouth is wide. Sorry, I was not speaking because my
yes.
mouth dropped.
Yeah,
That's
so
iconic.
they have fessed up in saying that they have leaked fake cameo stuff.
Well, the Swifties are gonna revolt.
Yeah, somebody was telling me they had said that she wasn't in it.
I don't know.
And I said, well, I'll believe it when I don't see it.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I want to know. There are
But
three
I mean,
options.
Madonna, you heard that right. Did you see the thing where
I did.
they went and asked Madonna for permission to use, what was it? Like a prayer or
Yeah.
I can't remember the song.
Something
Anyway,
prayer.
and she suggested to change it up a little bit.
And she re-recorded it for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh, oh, I just remembered something that I I
Yes, tell
watched.
me.
I have to talk about when we binge. No,
Okay,
go
write it
ahead.
down
Okay,
so
yeah,
you
I don't
don't
have a
forget.
pen. I don't
Oh,
have. Just remind me, Lion King. Okay. Anyway,
okay. Okay, Dad,
what?
have you seen the commercial for the new M. Night Shyamalan movie coming out,
Yeah,
Trap?
it's 100% Taylor Swift. You know
Oh,
that's
a
what it's
hundred
supposed to be
percent,
like.
a
That
hundred percent.
I
It's
have
supposed to
seen it
be
with
like
Josh Hartnett. I think's his name, or
it.
Hairnet.
I have no idea who he is. He is not
He's
famous
been.
to me at all.
He is famous. He's famous, but that's
Uh,
okay.
Baby millennial does not know who
I
that man
got you.
is in any way,
Um,
shape, or form.
it looks good.
I'm really excited about it. Here's the thing. I don't do spooky girl movies. And one of my pieces of news is about how I'm over all of these horror trailers.
Oh yeah,
Dad,
because
every single one of them is the same.
did you see what trailer dropped today?
No, I did. You say it.
I can't pronounce the words.
What the
That the Joker
mm,
movie.
mm.
Yeah,
Did you watch it?
I did. Did you watch it?
Spooky.
It is spooky. My problem is what is real?
I
I
don't know,
don't
man.
I
I
don't
didn't
know if
watch the
any of
Joker.
it's I watched the Joker
I know
and you
you
end
did.
up at the end going, was any of it real?
Yeah.
I think that's part of the draw to the movie for me is that this could all be in this guy's head because he's not there.
It's some mind trickery, if you will.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, what else were you saying? The
Um,
the trapped.
So I'm really excited about Trap. I think that movie sounds really fun. I especially like it because my dear sweet husband loves a spooky film and I'm not a spooky film girly. And so when we can find something that kind of scratches that itch for him, but I can also
Hmm.
tolerate and like find enjoyable is wonderful.
Gotcha.
Well, we went and saw Twisters this weekend. Um, there were like three or four horror trailers that
Oh,
happened
okay. Really?
during like while we were waiting for like in the commercials, right?
Hmm.
I am over them because they all followed the same formula.
What's that
Every single one
formula?
of them followed the same
Y
formula.
equals mx plus b.
Yes, that's the formula that they used. There were they were all the same. Every single one of them had like an extended moment where the sound cut, but there was still stuff happening on the screen, and then like a heartbeat clicked in, or like a like really high pitched like squeaky sound came in,
Yeah.
and then like people were screaming on screen, but like you couldn't hear what their mouths were saying and things like that. So every
No
single trailer
thanks.
did that. Every single trailer used vertical and horizontal lines in weird ways. Even Trap did this. Trap did like these weird horizontal lines,
Well,
and then
I didn't realize that when I watched that though.
and they brought in the name of the movie by bringing lines in one at a time.
Okay. Yeah.
Every single one. There were three horror trailers and then the mystery thriller with Trap, and every single one of them did that. It was the Aliens movie. There's a horror movie coming out with Hugh Jackman and two
What?
Mormon girls.
No,
Hugh
no, no.
Jack,
It's not Hugh
not Hugh
Jackman.
Jackman.
Hugh Grant.
Sorry. Hugh Grant.
Yes, the
Hugh Grant
heretic.
and the two.
That looks
Absolutely not.
no, that's crazy.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I cannot with spooky things. My dear sweet husband was like, "This sounds great," and I was like, "Absolutely not." Sorry I said that so many times. But that one, and then Mr. Tumnus, the guy who
James
also,
McAvoy.
yeah, he's in another spooky one with his son and his family, and I think the girl from Station 11.
Really?
I think it's that
I
girl,
don't remember seeing that one.
Station 11 girl. What's her name?
So I don't know, but I mean, it seems like I think they're making these. I don't know.
I can't with it, Dad.
Well, I'm not a big horror person either. I did see a trailer that I liked. It's not on my news, but Red One. Did you see that? Did we talk about that last week?
No. Yeah, it is. It's the girl from Station 11. It's
Okay.
the movie Speak No Evil with James
Oh,
McAvoy.
okay. Yeah, no thanks.
Red One.
Yeah. It's where it's about Santa Claus.
Oh, I want to see that.
You saw that
Yeah,
where The
it's with the
Rock is
polar
in it
bear and Dwayne the
and
Rock Johnson and Chris
and
Evans.
Chris Evans and oh come on, what's the guy from the Farmers commercial that's in the movie with the drummer? I can't remember his name.
Oh,
Anywho,
yeah, 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 yeah. Whiplash. He's in Whiplash.
J. Jonah Jameson. That's who he is.
He also is in this TV show. It's about an alternate reality and it takes place in like Russia.
Oh, that might be cool. I might like to watch that.
I
Anyway,
didn't I didn't like it.
that
Trevin
wasn't on
did
my
though.
news.
Okay. Um the Dune Prophecy prequel TV show that's coming out in HBO in November.
Really? I did not know that they had made a date time for it.
It's November.
Oh,
I didn't even know it
wow.
was happening.
I did know it was happening. I read something about it, but I had no clue when it was going to drop. No idea whatsoever. Um,
And there's a Bookstagram movie that's being made.
a
That
Whatstagram?
okay, so Bookstagram is book Instagram,
I don't know what that is.
and it's or like Book Talk, which is like book TikTok, and it is
I don't have any clue. Is that
I'm
something
telling
that's real?
yes, I'm telling you, there are these book reading influencers that surge the popularity of different books and cause influx of people to like buy that
Like
book and
Oprah
to read that
and
book.
her book club?
Yes, but it's like me. Like I could start a bookstagram,
Okay.
get 100K followers, and then everyone's reading this book.
All right. Okay.
Um, there's a book by Coho, Colleen Hoover,
Well, I
who's
like
been
how
writing.
you're like best friends and you just said,
No, that's
it's
what
by Coho.
everyone calls her that on
I've
Bookstagram,
never
Book
heard of
Talk.
her.
I pinky promise I'm not making this
That's
up.
okay. Go ahead.
Everyone calls her that.
All right, Coho,
Called
go.
It Ends With Us. That is coming out.
I've heard of that before.
Um, and it is a Blake Lively movie. So it's Blake Lively. It is not for kids. It
Okay.
is not. I'm gonna say it again. It is not for kids. It's gonna be rated PG-13. I would watch the trailer. I would maybe read stuff about it. It covers a lot of adult themes, and I would not let a middle schooler, early high schooler read those books. In
Okay.
fact, don't anything that's on Book Talk. Maybe don't read it if you're a child.
All
Love
right.
Hannah.
Good deal.
But I think that this will a lot a lot could happen if this movie goes well. Like
Okay.
I could see a lot more like Kindle Unlimited books being made into movies or other like books that are like for girls being made into movies. I know that that has happened throughout everything, but this is like a really viral book.
Okay.
And Colleen Hoover has been writing books for forever. I remember reading her books when I would pay you 99 cents with like change I found out of the couch to like
What to
buy
buy a
books
Oh, I
on
gotcha.
Kindle.
Okay. That's hilarious. So it was probably my money to begin with. Is that what you're saying?
It's like,
Dad, can I borrow a dollar? Here's a dollar for a book. Thank you.
but now I have Kindle Unlimited and I'm an adult woman and it's fine. Um, but I could see something happening there.
All
We'll
right.
see.
All right. Well, it sounds like something right up your alley.
Yeah, I probably will go watch it. It is again, it's adult themes.
Mm-hmm.
There's some violence,
Gotcha.
in some relationship violence in that movie. So I would not recommend kids watch it. Um, and
There you go.
maybe it helps people talk about things that they're experiencing.
Well, talking about things that kids shouldn't watch, but they
Lion
could
King?
watch by 13, but now they shouldn't watch because it's not PG-13. There is now a red band trailer for the director's cut of Rebel Moon.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I didn't watch it. I just saw that and thought, hmm, man, you talk about just trying to milk that sucker for all they can.
I again give me a lore dump about the robot.
Did you watch the
All I
second one?
care is about Sir Anthony Hopkins' robot. No,
You
I
don't
did
get
not
nothing.
watch the
You
second
don't
one.
get nothing. Yeah. But
Um,
they're supposedly going to go off together as a group at the end.
well, who knows if that made
So
enough money.
here's some Fantastic Four news. I have to get this out because
Okay,
of
go.
Fantastic Four. Joseph Culp, who you have no idea who that is,
Nope.
but in the 1994 horrible Fantastic Four movie that was created by Roger Corman, that was so bad it's great.
Awesome.
Um,
We love those.
has is trying to get the fans to sign a petition. He has his own petition to ask for them to release the movie in theaters.
Did you sign the
Now,
petition?
No, I haven't. That's funny though because I should.
You should sign the petition.
Here's the deal. You can watch it for free on YouTube. It's bad.
Baby boy just wants it he just wants it in the
Hmm.
theater experience, Dad.
But his Doctor Doom was pretty good. Um, it's really bad. A lot of it because this was made just so that the company wouldn't lose rights to it.
Mm,
They had no intense purposes of getting of letting it out in public. And so it's just a rough cut of a movie with like the special effects aren't finished. The voiceovers that you're supposed to have are bad because they didn't fix them. Nothing was fixed. And it
yes.
wasn't good anyway. But I enjoyed it. I hate to admit it.
I'm so glad that you watched it on YouTube,
Yeah.
probably illegally. I love
I
that so much.
Well, I mean it's on there. Anybody can watch it. So did I have one more piece of news? Oh, I did. One more piece of news.
Okay, go.
IDW,
Mm.
which we talk about them. They're doing I guess it's their 25th anniversary, and they're doing a 25th anniversary mega bundle through Humble Bundle or whatever.
Okay.
You get $425 worth of comics for 18 bucks. And
You're doing it.
I'm actually gonna break down and do this. Yeah. You get books like Lock and Key, 30 Days, um, 30 Days of Night, Winona Earp, and a portion of the money goes towards Children's Miracle Network. So
That's so cool.
yeah,
That
absolutely.
would be a good present for Trev.
Yeah, for $18. Go on geektyrant.com and it's
Okay.
the link is on there. So
That's awesome.
I don't have any more news. Do you?
I don't. Do you want me to go binging first?
Let me go so I don't forget.
Okay,
Wait a minute,
love.
I do have one. I guess this is news. It's sort of comic books. Um,
Okay.
it is so the last issue of Wonder Woman. It's not in my pools. I don't think it is. Is it? No, it's not. It's not in my pools, but it came close. You find out the reason that Wonder Woman would lie.
Why would she lie for her
Well,
children?
she's holed up in a place with some other like magic users and everything, and they're playing a game of cards. What card game would you lie in order to win?
Poker?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? She's
Bull
playing
crap. She was
she's
playing bull
playing
crap.
that. Yes. So anyway, that's funny. That's not the reason I talked. I wanted to mention this. The reason I wanted to talk about that was the backup story in the comic. So they've been doing backup stories in this comic for a while, and it's
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman's daughter, Batman's son Damian, and Superman's son John. And they're all doing things together.
Damien's a little turd.
Well, uh, what happens is they convince Damian
Oh
to
no.
go to this concert. And he's like, I'm completely against it. And it is Black Canary. Black Canary, it's official, is the Taylor Swift of the DC universe.
Good.
That's how they're billing her. Um,
Good.
it's really funny because by the time it's over, Damien's like crazy, like this is amazing, the best thing in the world, blah blah blah. And then they're fighting this evil guy, Mongol, who's like one of Superman's biggest villains, and they're chatting back and forth while they're fighting him, and then they say something about a song, and Mongol's like, "That's not even her best song," or something stupid like that. So then the
Yes.
villain is like, "Yeah." So yeah,
That's funny.
I wanted to mention that. Now we can go into binging.
Okay. Um, I watched more of My Lady Jane. I am
What is
enjoying
that on,
it.
Hannah?
Prime. Prime Video.
Okay,
Grown ups.
okay,
I'm watching Twister. I watched Twisters. Um, Trevin has been playing Spiritfarer, which is the game that you all got me for Christmas a couple years ago.
okay.
And so I've been watching him play that when I'm home. Okay. Did you know that there is a Exploding Kittens TV show?
I had no clue.
There's an Exploding Kittens TV show. It's animated. It's on Netflix. It is weird. It is weird. We
Really?
watched an episode of it. God gets turned into a cat because
Oh
God's a
yeah.
jerk.
What?
And
Yeah, that's not.
I don't know. And he has to like answer a prayer. and he has to like make this family come
Okay,
together, and he shrinks them down and
I'm
makes
sh-
them fight cats.
no thanks.
And it's
No thanks.
very funny. We watched one episode. I giggled about it. We decided that God would probably just laugh and think it's funny, and it's not that heretical to enjoy it.
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
but there's an Exploding Kittens TV show.
Wow.
Is that not
That is
about a card game?
that is crazy.
There is a card game
Are they going to
TV
do that
show.
unstable unicorns next?
I'm just saying.
I would say that would probably make bank.
Be yeah. I'm
Unicorns,
and here's
such
the
better
thing.
than kittens.
Exploding Kittens is funny.
Oh wow,
I'm not mad about it.
that's funny.
We learn that the devil is also a cat at
Well,
the
we I
very
already knew
end.
that. That's
I
nothing
like
new.
cats though, Teddy.
I know you've got Apollo, so
Yeah. Well, he hates me, but I love him.
there you go.
I watched The Greatest Showman, which is why I had Greatest Showman in my stuck in my head.
Okay,
And Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
all right.
Yeah.
I watched, and I texted you about this. I watched a
Yes.
documentary about Hans
Hans Zimmer.
Zimmer,
I love Hans
and
Zimmer.
it was great. So good. Listening about how where he came from and how he came. And do you know he's like touring right now?
Really?
Yes, really. Like touring, like doing his stuff, performing with like a humongous group.
How much
I
does
think the
this
closest is
cost?
Raleigh, North Carolina. I've already looked. Um,
Mm.
so if he does this in 2025, I'm getting his tickets.
Okay, good.
We
I'll
might have
go.
to fly there, but
I'll fly somewhere.
um, he he talked about
Chicago.
how he got. I think he got his first Oscar for The Lion King. And
Really?
yes, like he did a movie and was nominated, and he went to a dinner, and next thing you know, he had a whole bunch of people. And then he did Driving Miss Daisy and didn't win. But then the next movie he did, big movie, was The Lion King. And he talked about how they had come to him and said, we want, I think it was 20 measures, which is nothing. It could have been 20 seconds, but 20 seconds, 20 measures, about the same thing, of music. And then we're going to break into an Elton John song. And then we're going to do dialogue. And then we'll go back to the music. And he just started writing this, that,
Mm.
whatever. And just got all this together and
Mm.
goes to the studio to show them what he'd done. And he'd forgotten that it was only supposed to be 20 measures. And he presents all of this. And then they go, hold on a second. We're going to need to talk about some stuff. And he's like,
And they
oh,
completely changed the opening of the movie
they
because of it.
completely redid the animation
I'm not
for
surprised.
Lion
Well,
King.
because Hans Zimmer is that good.
I mean, it's amazing listening to him about how
I'm
he
looking
does
at
the ticking thing.
mm,
How that's so prevalent in The Martian,
hmm
when the time, how it just that sense of foreboding. He started that in A Thin Red Line, but it's interesting. Just you
mm.
follow his how his stuff has morphed and changed over the time, and how he just tries new things. And like Christopher Nolan said, a lot of times Hans Zimmer won't even look at the movie. He'll tell
He'll just write
he
music.
like interviews you, basically. It tells me, what's this, what do you want to come from this,
Ugh,
how do you feel about this. um the guy who did 12 Years a Slave, he had done a movie called Shame before that.
yeah.
And he sort of like used a knockoff Hans Zimmer stuff in it. And he gets a call from Hans Zimmer, and he's like, oh man, he's going to sue me. I know something's going to happen. And Hans Zimmer was like, hello, I'd like I'd like to work with you. And he goes, well, I just can't afford you. And he goes, don't worry about that. Don't worry about what it costs. I would just like to work with you. He goes, well, I've got a movie coming up that I'm working on called 12 Years a Slave. And he goes, I'll do it.
That's
Just
so
like,
cool.
I know. But anyway,
My
you should watch
favorite
it.
thing that he has said is that
Hmm.
he loves when the movie is garbage because he can do whatever he wants.
Oh, really?
He was
That's
being
funny.
interviewed on like Jimmy Kimmel or something like
Hmm.
that. And he was talking about how, yeah, my favorite thing is when nobody cares about the movie. And then I can just do whatever I want because they're not going to say no. I just start doing it.
Yeah,
And it
well,
just,
it's worth
love
it.
it.
I also watched
That's so
David
cool. I want to watch it.
Letterman's got a couple new episodes of my next guest is
Okay.
Miley Cyrus, which I haven't watched that one yet, but I did watch the Charles Barkley one,
Oh, is
and it
that
was really
good?
cool. Oh, really good, so good.
I
Um,
bet the Miley Cyrus one would be good too.
I skipped straight to Charles Barkley because I think he's hilarious, and I wanted to hear what he had to say.
Do you know that Miley Cyrus is one of the few people in the world to have music on Spotify under three different names?
Oh, Hannah Montana,
Mm-hmm.
Miley Cyrus,
Mm-hmm.
and Big Hair Don't Care.
Ashley O.
Who's Ashley O?
She was in Black Mirror and they actually released
Oh,
music
gotcha.
for her Black Mirror.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool. Um, I
David
am
Panda Madagascar. Sure.
I I pulled up my Hoopla. I am
Hoopla!
reading Daredevil Born Again
Okay.
because that's going to be the new Daredevil show is going to be sort of like that. And golly, it's hard. It's rough stuff. Yeah,
I believe that.
Kingpin's bad to the bone in it.
Bad to the
Blah, blah,
bone.
blah, bad. And
Bad to the bone.
I started watching Sherlock again. And you know why I
Ugh,
started watching Sherlock?
love.
Guess who
Why?
does the music for Sherlock?
Hans.
Yeah. Thank you very much. He said that, and I was like, I think I'll watch that. And that's on Hulu. Um,
Like the
and it's got,
OG Sherlock.
yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch, and I just got done watching the Study in Pink.
Mm.
But you got to watch commercials. So everything else I talked about, other than the book, is on Netflix. I've been on Netflix a lot, so that's it. That's my
I'm looking
binging.
at all these movies that he's done. My
Oh, wait a
favorites.
minute.
Can I tell you one of my favorites
Sure.
of
And then I
Hans
watched two
Zimmer's?
more movies.
Gumption.
What's that?
Do you know what Gumption is from? The
I
song
know what
title is
gumption
called
is.
Gumption. Out of
She's
all
got
of the movies that we love,
she's got
what song title
gumption.
would be called Gumption?
Hmm.
Do you want a hint?
It's about a female.
It's about a female. Do you want a hint?
Yeah, one hint.
A Christmas movie. This is a
Got
Turner classic Christmas movie.
Oh, I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's uh The Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gumption. He wrote that?
Gumption. He wrote the music for the holiday. Hans
Which is
Zimmer did
hilarious
Gumption.
because Jack Black talks about him when they're in the and he goes driving me Daisy doodle 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 doo doodle 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 doodle
Doodle Prodigy.
doodle prodigy. Yeah.
But yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my faves.
Nice. That is a good one. This would be you. I used only the good notes.
I used
Was
only
that
the
it?
good notes.
That's so great movie. I
It's
actually
so
almost
good.
almost watched that just recently too.
That's because it's so good, Dad.
I know it. It
Okay,
is
you
good.
watched two other movies.
I we watched on Prime,
Mm,
and this is PG-13, but I maybe PG.
mm.
Um, it is called The Boys in the Boat. I bet you Trevin would like it. It
I've
is
seen this, I think.
it is based on a true story. I think they're called the Miracle Nine or Miracle Eight or something. I don't know. It's these young men who in the 1930s were a ragtag rowing group,
Yes.
and they beat all of the big wigs. They were a junior varsity team and went to the Olympics in the Hitler Olympics.
Woo!
Yeah,
Berlin, the
Berlin.
1936 Berlin Olympics.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
really, really good. I was surprised at how good it was. Um, we watched that. We also once we got a new vice president nomination on the Republican side, heard
Mm-hmm.
about the his book and movie Hillbilly Elegy, and we watched Hillbilly Elegy.
Was that good?
It was on Netflix. Yeah, it was hard to watch. It is rated R. And it is about I'm not going to get into politics. It has nothing to do with politics, but it's about a guy whose mom was a drug addict
Mm.
and and abusive, and he lived with his grandma who cussed like a sailor, and his mom, and
Oh,
basically
Amy Adams is in it.
Amy and Glenn Close. Glenn Close is who's awesome in it, and this guy literally his grandma's like, you need to stop it and do something with yourself. And he, as a young boy, and starts a job, gets a job, gets out, goes into the Marines, uses the GI Bill to get his undergrad in 2 years at Ohio State, then goes to law school at Yale, and now he's a vice
Dang.
president candidate. But
Well,
yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I did. I've heard a lot
okay.
of negative talk about how it is really disparaging to like Appalachia and stuff like that. And I didn't see that coming from somebody whose folks
Yeah.
are from Breathitt County. Um, it seemed real. So
Okay.
anyway, yeah,
Okay. Right on.
yeah, there you go.
I didn't even know that movie. I remember I like Amy Adams. And so I
Gotcha.
remember, I think, because it was COVID when that movie came out.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, came out in 2020.
Yeah, that's why nothing made movie that
Ye
made money
old
those years.
times of COVID.
Back in them
Back in,
days.
I remember when we stood inside all the time.
And went and ate in the van at Chick-fil-A every Friday.
We we drove there on my birthday. We got canes.
That's right. We changed it up on your birthday.
Except we also still went to Chick-fil-A because
Still
that's
went
what
Chick-fil-A. That's right.
but we also ate at Cane's. Oh, that
Yeah.
was a good birthday. That was 25. Felt like a big deal, but that was a good year.
Yeah, it was hard. It's okay. We're
But it
good.
was good.
Yeah.
Okay. Dad's going to share with us his pull list. For
Yeah.
those of you, dear sweet friends, who don't know what that means, I am so glad for you to ask because I'm going to tell you. See, Dad is going to share with us his pull list. A pull list is the list that you give the proprietor of your local comic book shop. And it's the list of the comics that you're collecting. That way they can pull from their inventory the comics that you are collecting. That way you can make sure to get the books that you're reading. Dad
Right.
is going to share with us 5 books out of his pull list. He's going to share with us one of the big two. He's going to share with us a Marvel and a DC. He's going to share with us an independent, um, as well as a new number one. So if you are wanting to start collecting comic books, don't really know where to start, a new number one is the beginning of a series or a beginning of a run of issues. So you could go into your local comic book shop and ask for this book and get started from there. And he also is going to share with us his book of the week, which is his most favoriteest book.
That's right. So let's hop
The
in.
end. Yes.
My Marvel book is The Invincible Iron Man issue 20. This is ending the run of this current creative team. And up until now, Iron Man and the White Queen, Emma Frost, have been
Yes.
married,
What?
sorta. Yes, they've been sort of married. I don't know if they're legitimately married or not, but
I was going
that's
to say
what they've been
define
doing.
sort of married to me.
Well, they've been a married couple to for mutual benefit,
Okay.
but they both like each other.
Aw. Did they fall in
And
love?
the final cover is really cool. It's her hand holding Iron Man's hand. I'm showing Hannah.
Aw.
It's sort of sad because they end up apart at the end.
Hmm.
Um and and right now Tony Stark had lost everything because these bad guys who wanted to kill all the mutants had taken all of his money. But it ends with uh Emma Frost using her mental capabilities to like make a bunch of these villains give money to Tony Stark. So now Tony Stark has billions of dollars
He's a
again,
gazillionaire again.
again. And it was a very good wrap up. It's a good story to end. It's a good end on, and I'm sure this will be collected into a trade
Right on.
paperback when it's done. And I really enjoyed it.
Especially if it's 20 issues. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
yeah. Um, my independent book is from IDW. It is the Star Trek Annual. This is a next generation tale that apparently is set in the middle of the ongoing series, but I picked it up as a person who's not been reading the ongoing series, and it was totally fine.
Okay, right
Um,
on.
what happens is Data has left Starfleet to go search for lore.
No.
And it's basically like him having to put his detective hat on again to try to figure out where Lore is and how to find him. And he gets O'Brien, Chief O'Brien, and Geordie to help him.
Mm.
And it ends on a cliffhanger.
Of course it does.
But it's a pretty cool. I liked it. Was the story was complete, but it leaves it like, hey, come back and get the next issue of the Star Trek comic book on IDW if you want to know what happens
And
after this.
maybe, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so okay. Okay.
But so it was really good. But I mean, it got me because on the cover is um is is Geordie as Watson and Data.
That
Like
would
it's
get
like you have
anybody.
with the
If
Sherlock
you
Holmes.
are a next gen
Yeah.
person,
Hmm.
that cover would
Yeah, it got me. It pulled me in. So
anybody.
I got
It
that.
would it would
Yeah.
get me.
All right. So my DC book is
Hmm.
Nightwing issue 115. Um, they are the
115, 115.
115.
Too dang. Okay, right
So
on.
what's happening is that the on this team is finishing up their run on Nightwing, which is so sad because I have loved this team on Nightwing. They've been so good. So what's happened now is the villain who's been spattered throughout this run has finally framed Dick Grayson as the
Oh
killer.
no.
He also knows that Dick Grayson is Nightwing.
Mm,
And
absolutely not.
and they have he's used some sort of scarecrow toxin to make it to where Dick Grayson is afraid of heights.
Mm.
So Dick was in jail. He escaped jail, and now he has left Gotham to go seek out a person who helped him when he was young and was a trapeze artist. And that person's name is Boston Brand, who is known to the comic book world as Dead Man. Dead Man's really cool. He's all red with like a white face, and he's a ghost. He was a trapeze artist who was killed, but he is a ghost that enters people's bodies. I've talked to him about him before. He
You
enters
have.
people's bodies and he takes over their body.
It
But he
stressed me
can,
out when you talked. It's
what?
stressing me out again now.
Sorry.
It's
So
okay. No, you don't have to apologize. It just I would hate that.
and he goes to seek him out in this land in India, and he takes the dog with him too,
Mm,
and
good.
to help him because he no longer has the toxin in him anymore, but he still
Mm.
can't face that fear. There's only like 2 issues left before it's all over. But the thing that I liked about it at the end was Barbara Gordon,
We love Barbara
Batgirl,
Gordon.
and she's in love with Dick too. So, and she's the villain is calling out Nightwing. Like, come on, He made all the other superheroes leave, but Nightwing can stay because I have unfinished business.
Mm.
And Batman is talking to Barbara Gordon on top of this building or whatever, and he's like, um, and then Batman starts as to while he's talking to Barbara, takes off his cowl, takes off his outfit, grabs the Nightwing outfit, starts putting on, and he puts so in the final panel is Bruce Wayne as Nightwing. So Batman, he goes, it's only fitting that I do this for him. He did the same for me because there
Oh,
at one point Dick Grayson was Batman when Batman was dead. So the it's sort of funny because at the end you get this guy that's like, well, this is like a 50-year-old Nightwing, but I tell you what it looks like. It's like if Ben Affleck put on the Nightwing costume. That's exactly what it looks like. With
that's
a
hysterical.
with a little
Yes, it's he's a
100%
literal
true.
old man.
And so yeah, it was really good.
Sorry,
Okay.
not that I think that you're an old man or that.
I am an old man. That's fine.
Well, I think you're wonderful.
So my issue 1 is a Marvel book.
New number
Um
one. New number one.
this is all the new X books are all brand new again.
Yes, you said yeah, X-Men was your Marvel
New number
book.
1 last year, wasn't it?
No, it was your Marvel book.
Was my Marvel book last week, I mean, last
Hmm.
year, whatever. This is Phoenix issue 1, which is
Okay.
Jean Grey's character. They have taken a different approach to Phoenix. Phoenix is now super duper powerful, and she is now out in space, She can still talk to Scott mentally, and they talk to one another, and it's like they still love each other, blah, blah, blah. This book felt a little bit like Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and that you've got another little young girl narrating the book about this Phoenix
Copycats.
character. I know, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll get it again.
Okay.
It's interesting. She shows up. We get Nova in it. Next issue, though, they tease the Starjammers, which is
Mm,
Scott Summers, Cyclops' dad runs that group. Um, so it's going to be an out there, out in the cosmos comic.
fun.
All right, my book of the week,
Book of the week gets the book of the
which is really
week.
probably a book of last week because I just didn't pick it up, but I picked it up this week.
Okay.
It is called Death in the Family Robin Lives. Now,
I
DC did
know.
a book,
Yes.
right, where they had what happened if Robin had lived, right? Instead of Jason Todd being killed. Well,
Yes. Because
this is the
everybody hated him.
continuation of that story, and it is really good.
What
It
issue
op-
is it?
this is issue 1. It's one of 4. It's a mini series, so you could pick it up. It's a it's like a what if type comic book.
Okay, love.
It's called From the DC Vault, Death in the Family, Robin Lives, number 1. How many words can you get on there? But
From the vault.
yes, From the DC Vault is what it says. That's
Mm.
crazy. I know. It's too many words. It opens with we can gather from the first page or two that the Joker has been killed.
Mm.
And I'm guessing Jason Todd did it.
Mm.
And but we don't quite know yet. But what's happening is we're getting the narration is from a psychiatrist who I believe has been hired by Bruce to help Jason. And this book is going on from there. It is done by some old school artists and old school writer J.M. Diamatis and Steve Laola, I
So
believe.
it feels accurate to you? Is that a good way to
Leonardi.
describe it?
Yes, Leonardi. Yes, it's good. It's really good. Oh yeah, it's the first page. First page, Joker's dead. Yeah. But
Joker's dead.
it's got that old school feel, the coloring, and
Mm.
just the story is good. And I think this probably could have been the real story instead of killing him off. But
Really?
yeah, anyway, that's
Crazy.
it. That's it.
Okay. Okay, okay. Do we want to Rotten Raspberry or do we want
Sure.
to comic book?
That's Rotten Raspberry.
Okay, love.
I saw Inside Out 2
Yeah, you did.
with Kathy. We went and saw it. I'm going to tell you that I was very anxious during this entire movie, which is funny
Yeah, because it's
because
about
they
anxiety.
it was about anxiety.
Yeah.
I don't like it when I don't like movies where people are in
Uncomfy
situations that are
situations.
uncomfortable. I just don't like them,
Yeah.
period. And I won't watch them.
Yeah.
Um, like Meet the Family, no, can't stand that.
Meet the
Um,
Fockers.
yes, right, that yeah, can't stand those movies. Um, I don't know why. I just don't like for other people to feel that uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and it felt like that the entire way.
Ugh.
Um, your mom said that this was classic IFS
That's internal family systems. It's a
correctly.
type
Explain
of
that to people who are listening.
internal family systems
Oh, wait a minute.
is
Before you go on to that,
yes.
in my Death of the whatever, Death in the Family Robin Lives books, this person said, or it was Batman talking like, was Joker too far gone? Could he get help? They mentioned Carl Jung.
Oh, love.
Is it
Person
hilarious?
centered, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway,
No.
they internal family systems is where you have firefighters and uh guardians, like people
Yes.
that help you manage your emotions.
Yeah. So internal family systems is where there are multiple like sub personalities or like family
Right.
units within a person's
Which
mental system.
which we
And
get here.
it's not DID, because sometimes people hear that and they think it's
DID.
like
People, some people don't know what that
DID,
means.
dissociative identity disorder, like
Okay, thank
multiple
you.
personalities.
Hmm.
That's not what this is. It just
The
means
Hulk.
that the
The
Hulk.
Hulk
It,
is
yeah.
considered to have DID. Bruce
Oh,
Banner, the Hulk, the Gray Hulk.
yeah. That's not, it's not like Moon Knight, right? IFS is not like I have multiple
No,
people
no,
inside of me.
no.
It's saying that there are different ways that we control and protect um the different parts of us from pain and woundedness based
Hmm.
on experiences often in childhood and adolescence. So an IFS therapist would ask someone like if they have to give a presentation at work and they feel really anxious and nervous and like stressed about it, like when you're standing up in front of everyone, how old are you, where are you, what are you experiencing?
Okay.
um
Well, your mom felt like this was like it was a good example of that. Um, the whole entire movie centered on the young girl is now getting ready to go into high school.
yeah.
Her two best friends are going to be going to a different school, and she
Oh
just
yeah.
finds out. And then all three of them are invited to a hockey camp where, like, the their that this the the school that the one girl is going to be going to, that hockey coach runs that camp, and their team is considered like the best team in the state, and it's like make or break or whatever.
Mm,
And so she chooses, like, she does things that wouldn't be her normal self.
that like
And
aren't in her aspects of
right, and it all
personality.
comes down to a belief system. That's what this whole movie is about. All the things that she does and the emotions she has creates her belief system. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you would pluck a string and it would say, I am a good person. And then she would act out of that belief. Or I love, I I love creating. They would click that thing, and that's what that
Yeah.
memory did. Well, when anxiety moves
It
in,
just
it it would be like she would say, I'm not good enough,
yeah.
would come up, and it would change what she believed in herself.
Mm.
And it all came down to uh anxiety. There was like five of them. I can't remember.
Anxiety,
And
ennui,
yes, this
um,
is embarrassment,
nostalgia,
which and
embarrassment.
nostalgia doesn't do much. And
Yeah, she's just silly.
I can't remember. There was one more.
Um,
But anyway, they end up taking the other emotions and bottle them up.
mm-hmm,
So it's bottled up emotions. Um,
mm-hmm.
we do get some funny
Envy.
thing. Envy. That's what it might be. Yeah. We do get some funny things where something happens and a big uh hit shows up and it's a sarcasm. So they would like yell across the thing, "Hey, can you help us?" And it would go, "Hey, can you help us?" when the other
It's
person
so
heard it.
funny.
Yeah. So that was funny. Um, Anxiety was interesting in the fact that I have a little bit of this,
Mm-hmm.
and anxiety was using all these, her, like, the little workers in her mind to run scenarios of what would happen.
Yeah.
And they were all bad, right?
Yeah.
And it's because anxiety like plans for what could go wrong.
Yeah.
And then Joy got them to change. She was redrawing things. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what if good things happened?
Mm-hmm.
And then it
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
started to break down everything. It ended up with basically almost having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Anxiety is going so fast, and they integrate all of her emotions and all of her feelings and all of her memories, and it creates a new belief system in herself.
Mm-hmm. It seemed
And
like from clips that I saw on TikTok that it was she had so something that I love in the therapy that I do with people is the difference between and versus but. And when we think but, that we tend to focus on like one thought.
but
So I'm a good, I'm a good
but
person, but I do bad things. So we're focusing on like the bad things that we do rather than the fact that there's good in me too. And
gotcha,
using and is I'm a good person and I do bad things sometimes. Like shifts our focus and
gotcha.
so we can hold both at the same time. And so
Okay.
that's what is that kind of what happened at the end? That was the vibe that I was getting, but
Yes,
I
I
only
think
watched like
so.
parts of clips.
Yeah, I think so. I think she came to the grips about, yeah, this is what I am, and this is who I am. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right on. Did
Yeah.
you would you recommend parents watching it with kids?
I can't recommend it because I didn't like it.
You didn't like it. Yeah.
No, it just made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Man, being a teenager is hard.
It is. Yeah.
And
So,
puberty is where a lot of like new emotions pop up, where a lot of
mhm,
like new experiences happen. There's a lot happening in your brain
yeah,
during puberty and
gotcha.
during those transitions. You're man, the puberty brain, bless.
It was funny because anxiety pops in the mom and the dad at the end.
Yeah.
They're like, she was like, so how was camp? And she started all these things started going, like anxiety was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And I went home. He goes, let me handle it. And he's got like a little remote control. It was like, he goes, she was like, it was good. And then the anxiety walks in. He goes, did she just say it was good? Oh my gosh. And the dad that pops in goes, did she just say all this time and she say it was good? And we're like, yeah, that sounds about right. And they're like, all right, back to the game. Like,
I was gonna say what you need is Kathy Turner to be your mom, so that if you say it was good, then you get an emotion chart handed to you, and then you get to pick different emotions that you felt, and then you change the way that you respond to that question.
there you go. Absolutely. We don't strive for good in this family. Okay, Hannah.
Yeah. Okay, so I watched Twisters, not
Yes.
Twister. I watched Twisters.
So
Um,
first of all, this is not a sequel
this is not a sequel, not in any way
and
related
not
to
a
any of the
redo.
characters, and not a redo. It's the same plot.
Okay.
It's the exact same plot. We're introduced to these
So it is a
college
redo.
kids. It's a redo, but not a
Okay.
redo. You're introduced to all of these people, and at the very beginning, it's the main a girl and her boyfriend and their three best friends. And I turn to Trevin and I'm like, how many of these people do you think are gonna die in the first
All
five
of them but
minutes of
her.
this?
All of them
All
but
of them
her.
but two.
Oh,
All of them but two. And so she stopped chasing,
yeah.
but she has the gift. Like she can
Right.
she can
Like,
read a storm.
yeah. Like
And
Bill Paxton, God rest his soul.
she's from Oklahoma. And so her research was dissipating storms.
Like
Like
trying to get
she
them to
wanted
disappear.
trying to get them to disappear. So she had the substance that she made that's like the stuff in diapers that a tornado would suck
Oh
up
yeah. So you could
and
put
then
them in
would
there and then it would rain down nails like we read in the book Rain.
it could rain. But like it would suck up this like chemical mixture
Oh my gosh.
and it would dissipate the tornado, but it didn't work. And so then her friend who survived the tornado, the guy who was the main character in the Heights.
Okay, I remember it briefly,
Hmm.
but I couldn't tell you the
Yeah.
character was. But that's okay.
Oh, okay. No big deal. He
Mhm.
also played Philip in anyways,
Again,
anyways,
no
not
clue.
Anthony Ramos. It's not worth it. Um he calls her and is like, "Hey, I need your help. We're trying to get a 3D scan of a tornado and I need you to come help me, come work with me for a week." And he is part of like the storm his crew is the storm par crew, and they're there to
Like parkour.
I don't know, it's storm PAR. I don't know.
Okay, anyway.
And they have been hired by developers in the community to better track and model the tornadoes. That way they know how to keep their like subdivisions that they're creating safe,
Gotcha.
right? That way like they know like where to like
Hmm.
whatever. And so enter Glenn Powell, whose name is like Tyler or something. I can't remember. And his crew is the Tornado Wrangler crew, and they bring like Instagram with them and all this
Yeah,
stuff. And
they're
so
like crazy.
you think he's a fame chaser, a clout chaser.
Hmm.
And so they check tornadoes. Glenn Powell and this main girl, Kate, they have a conversation. Turns out they both can like read the air and read the tornadoes and like know what's gonna happen, and they find themselves in the same places a couple different times. Kate has like a PTSD flashback and can't like help the way that she's
Right.
supposed
Hmm.
to. Um, Turns out she's working for the bad guys because the people that Stormpar are working for are a bit. predatory when it comes to purchasing land from people who have been
Oh,
impacted by
that's why they want to know
tornadoes.
where the tornadoes are going
That's
so
why
they
they
can buy
want
all their land.
yeah. And that kind of hit me a little harder than I thought it would, especially because of the tornado that came through Bowling Green.
Yeah.
Like the amount of
Oh, because
stuff
that was
that
what would happen.
well, the amount of stuff
100%.
that we saw of like, we'll buy a house in any condition and stuff like that. And
Yes.
it takes people so long to rebuild. Like, I have a friend,
Are you ready for this phone call I got?
yeah.
So, so I get these texts every once in a while, but I got a call this
Oh
week
no.
saying, yes, Ronald, are you interested in selling your property at 309 West Main Street for cash value, for a cash price? And I was like, well, I would, but we have an awful lot of ghosts in this house and we have a hard time getting people to even spend the night. And he goes, that's okay. We would still purchase it. I was
Goodness
like,
gracious.
you'd still buy my house with all the ghosts? Yeah, we would do that. I said, well, how about the blood that comes down the walls on occasion? Would that be
Dad,
in? And they're
you
like,
did not.
100% I did. You can ask the girls at work because they heard the whole conversation. And the guy was like, yeah, we'd still buy it. I'd say, even with the blood coming down the walls and the ghosts? He goes, yeah, we'd still buy it. I'm like, nah, I think I'll keep it.
Leave me alone. So yeah. So it turns out that the guy that we thought was like chasing clout and like chasing fame was actually using the fame to like sell merch so that they could provide free food for people whenever
Oh, wow.
they
Yeah, good guy.
so so he was like genuinely a good guy. He helped support her in her like dream of like figuring out the model for this like tornado
Yep.
chemical sucky
Mhm.
uppy thingy. And they end up chasing a really big a tornado that they think is going to be small but ends up actually being very big, and it's starting to go towards a town,
Mm.
and storm part people leave and the crew people go, the like tornado wrangler people go try to like get everyone to be safe. And the tornado ends up being too big and she has to take all of her chemical stuff into the middle of the tornado to like save the
Mhm.
town.
Oh, well, cool.
And it's
Well,
cute
that
and it
sounds good.
works.
All right.
And so she like
This
has to
sounds
like
like a
conquer her fear to like be
mm.
inside of a tornado and
So a
like
good
do this
summer
thing for
movie.
all of these people. And her friend decides, forget this, storm par, and leaves and goes and helps her, and they start their own business.
Awesome. I
It's
might
cute.
see if mom might,
It's
maybe we can go
it's
see
real.
that
I
this
would. It's
Friday.
worth watching. It was
Yeah,
really fun. It was really. It was
good.
cute. There's some subplots with a British guy that's following them, doing like an article on storm chasing, which was really
Cool.
interesting.
Awesome.
Um, Similar plot lines with going to visit a crew, going to visit the like home, and the mom's name is Kathy,
Oh, wow.
which is fun. And the mom is such a southern mom, was like, by the way, this man's here. Tyler's here and he's staying for dinner and he's spending the night. So you can just, he's going to be in the spare bedroom and you can just deal with it, type of like southern
Nice.
mama stuff, which was
Yeah.
fun. But I
Oh,
really
cool.
enjoyed it. I would recommend going to see it.
All right. Maybe we will. I
Same plot
hopefully we
line,
will.
same plot structure,
Gotcha. Okay.
but enough tweaks that it was a different movie.
All right. Good deal. Coolio.
Trevin only thought one special effect was weird, and I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Well, it's
And
all
so
right.
if you it
Can't be
was
it can't be worse than some of the ones that now that I go back and I watch the old Twister movie. I
uh
mean,
the old Twister movie was very good. They drove through a house.
yes, they did drive through a house.
We're
They
watching.
did.
Trevin had never
Cow.
seen it.
And how come there were no cows in this one?
There
Another
were no
cow.
cows in this one.
I know.
There
Just
were.
reminds me of going to Universal Studios.
I told him that story of us going to Universal and
It
going to
was
the
cool.
Twister experience. It was
That was
really
hot.
cool. It was
When it
so
soaked up the
cool.
fire, it got hot.
It was so cool. They have a fire tornado and in this,
Oh
and
yeah, I did see
they
that.
like shoot fireworks into a tornado. And there's one time where
Shoot
there are
fireworks into a
twins.
tornado.
Yeah, they shoot fireworks. He goes, yeah, because you think he's a jerk at first, and so he's like, hey, just like you all asked, and I did it. You can shoot fireworks into a tornado,
That's funny.
and like on
That's
Instagram Live or something. Like it
that's
was
so
weird.
crazy. All right. Well, I think we probably ought to put
Be done.
Heroes on Crisis
Okay,
for next time.
we just decided a rotten raspberry out of the
We
blue.
did. We did.
Okay,
We can
well,
do Heroes in Crisis. And that way if anybody's listening, you can read it and join us. I got it on Hoopla. I don't know where else it is. It is a thinking story. It's not
you
an
got to
easy
pay
read.
attention. I thought
Not
it
an easy
was.
read.
I did. I didn't think it was a hard read.
Well, you want to do it real quick?
No, no. Let's. I love the idea of saving it. I'm not
Okay.
mad at saving it.
Because I
I
think
would
it's got a
not.
lot of psychomological stuff to talk about.
Yes, I'm with you there.
We should do a psychomological episode.
We're welcome to Sis and Big Pops culture, the psychological episode.
This is very cultured. Not
We
like
are so
not
cultured.
like cottage cheese
Not
cultured.
like
That's yeah, it is. Anyway,
gross.
folks,
Gross.
Hannah,
Friends, thank you for hanging out with us today. We're so glad that you decided to be on our little corner of the internet. Hey, we're recording every Tuesday on
yeah,
Facebook at about 6:30 to 7 CST, which
correct.
is 7:30 to
7 to
8
30 to 8.
EST. If you
Mhm.
want to check out Big Pops' Facebook and catch us there
Todd
live,
Turner.
you can. We're going to be doing it pretty much
Just
every
don't send me
Tuesday
stupid stuff and ask to buy my house, even if they're
for
ghosts.
the next year. Um, I no. Brockwell Nason does our intro music. You should go check him out anywhere you listen or
And
stream
by the
music.
next
He is about
time
to be
we
a dad,
record an
and so
episode,
you should shower him with love and affection.
absolutely.
Nate, my dear sweet brother, made our art. Thanks for doing that for us, bud. He made that in Microsoft Paint. I edit and upload our podcast. Dad's gonna restart
I'm going
doing our
to.
YouTube
I
page.
am.
He
It's
said so
coming.
today.
That's right.
And we have a good
That's
time
it.
around here.
We have a good time around here. Join us next week when we talk about Heroes in Crisis.
Heroes in Crisis, episode 92, if you will.
92. Can you believe
Nine
it?
two. That
Yeah,
equals
tell your
11 if you
friends.
add it together.
What? It is. That's right. We've come a long way from episodes
Oodalolly.
1A and 1B.
1A and 1B. Oodalolly, Dad.
We should go over Robin Hood on episode 100.
Episode 100, watch Robin Hood again.
We should have like multiple Robin Hood shows.
Just, okay, I have a
Like
Robin
just
Hood that we could watch with Taron Egerton.
Yes, that one. And you have to watch Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves,
We could watch Robin Hood Men in Tights.
and Robin Hood from Disney. We're going to do a Robin Hood for the 100th episode.
I love that. That makes me so
That's so great. I'll try to find
so
some Robin Hood
excited.
comics to talk about.
Perfect. Robin
It'll
Hood
be
Men
like
in
Green
Tights.
Arrow,
Men
Green
in
Arrow
Tights.
books.
Men in Tights.
It'd be so funny. And we'll get, yeah, absolutely.
So
Maybe
fun.
we can
I
get
love it.
Carrie Elways to be on our 100th
Perfect.
episode.
Obsessed. He's not doing that, but it'd be killer.
You never know. Never know. All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to meet with you next time. Feel free to hop in as we record live and chat. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Until then, till next time, we will
catch you on the flippity flop.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
sweet friends. And our streaming pallies, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, we will see you later. Bye, guys.